Good morning, Miss Neville Science students. Here is our recorded lesson for Tuesday, December 1st. Remember, we started to discuss on Monday the ozone layer and how it's being harmed. We're even able to see that through time, there's a hole in our ozone layer that's starting to grow. We want to also remember the job of that ozone layer. The job of the ozone layer is to block harmful radiation that comes from the sun so that it doesn't burn us or harm us in any way. But with that hole being growing in the ozone layer and getting larger, that affects our lives. It also affects the temperature of our earth. It causes the earth's temperature to increase. So when we're talking about the ozone layer, it's important for us to know, please write this in your notes, you do not have to draw this picture, that the releasing of chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs, these are chemicals that eat away at the ozone layer, causing that hole to form and widen. It's also important for us to understand that aerosols can be found in the stuff that we as humans use, such as aerosol spray cans, like we see here in the picture. The coolant material, it's a liquid that's used in refrigerators, in our air conditioners. These things, when they're released into the air, travel all the way up into our ozone, to our stratosphere where our ozone layer is, and eats away at that hole. These chemicals are dangerous because they can stay, science says they can stay in that ozone layer up there for a long time, just eating away at our ozone layer. So this is definitely dangerous. So if the ozone layer's job is to block harmful heat or stop too much heat from being able to come into Earth, if we have a hole in our ozone layer, naturally, what can we assume? Our Earth is becoming superheated. Let's look. When we start talking about the other activities that are causing our ozone layer to be harmed, we have to talk about our greenhouse effect. Let's go back and look at that real quickly. We want to remember that our greenhouse effect uses our ozone layer to block and absorb harmful radiation from the sun. Now, some of that heat is able to come in. That's good. Our Earth, if we didn't have a greenhouse effect, would be frozen solid. So the greenhouse effect is a natural way for our Earth to heat itself. But when we're talking about what's causing our ozone layer to be harmed, what's causing that greenhouse effect to start working too well, is our use of fossil fuels. Oil, gasoline, and coal are all examples of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels, when burned, emit or give off extra greenhouse gases. So remember, the job of a greenhouse gas is to trap heat so the earth can heat itself naturally. So if there's too much greenhouse gas in our atmosphere, couldn't we say that we are trapping too much heat on our earth? Sure. Today's assignment, you're going to be reading about how that happens and annotating a text. So on the left here, we see a natural example of our ozone layer, a natural example of the greenhouse effect. How solar radiation from the sun should be able to come in, and some of it should be able to escape naturally so our earth isn't overheated. But because we're releasing those fossil fuels from factories, cars, and other machines, we're seeing here that a lot of those gases are starting to become trapped. Yeah, a lot of those gases are increasing. Fossil fuels they emit methane, they emit nitrous oxide, they emit carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. These are all greenhouse gases that are now becoming too plentiful. There's too much greenhouse gas, and it's causing our Earth to overheat. So we want to make sure we write this down. We do not have to draw this picture. That extra greenhouse gases trap more heat, and they are causing the overheating of our Earth. I want to go back real quickly just so we can make sure. You should have written down these notes as well in your notes. Please feel free to pause this video if you need to so that you can take your time. So what you're going to be working on today is annotating a text. So Ms. Neville would like to take you through that. In your blue folder today, an assignment will be released to you called Annotating an Article, Global Warming. When you click on it here, you're going to start your new attempt, and you're going to be allowed to highlight a sentence that answers the question in red. The directions say, read the directions clearly, read the article below, highlight the answers to the following question. What greenhouse gas does combustion engines emit or give off? You want to be sure you highlight the entire sentence from this article. When you find the sentence, Ms. Neville's just going to highlight a random sentence. It's not the answer. When you find the sentence you want to highlight, you're going to click it, and it's only one sentence, and click next. Okay? And then the same article is going to come up, and it's going to ask you to answer some multiple choice questions. 2 and 3 and 4 are all multiple choice questions. Then question 5, you're annotating the text again. Okay? So you're going to find the sentence that answers the question to number 5. What is the effect of burning fossil fuels? You're going to go down. You're going to find the sentence that answers this question. Once again, I'm just highlighting a random sentence. It's not the correct answer. I'm going to click that sentence and then click review. You're going to have 2 attempts to complete this assignment today. Please take your time and give Ms. Neville a call through Teams or email if you have any questions. See you guys in class today.